everyone, welcome to my Sunday Live. Happy Sunday to you all. And I hope wherever you are doing great, right? How is your Sunday going? How is everything? Well, I hope you're in good health and I hope you have a good belly full, right? So, well, the Bible saying everything you do, you give thanks. So give thanks that it's another Sunday and you are alive and you are well and you can do whatever you want to do, right? You can walk, you can talk, you can eat, you can sleep, you can go look at a job if you want. So yes, there is so many to give thanks for, right? You could be one place lying down, you could be in the hospital, you could be sick, you could be battling with diseases, but no, you are where you are and you are comfortable, you don't have any doctor bills to pay, you are in your right mind and you are in the best of health. So I just want to welcome you all to my life and hope you are doing great, right? I want to welcome all my new subscribers. Thank you guys for the like, thanks for the watch, and I want to thank you for the views and thank you for everything you've done and still doing. Right, as you all know, that we are in the rainy season. This time of the year from September is normally a rainy season from maybe September to about November, right? So rain sometimes start maybe sometime March or depends on the season, depends on what's going on. But you have the raining period in September, October, and November, and you get a break most time in December. Maybe you have a couple days of rain, but not as in maybe September, October, November. So right. So this is when the mosquito comes out, right, and say hi, hello, how you doing? And they sing, you know, song loud and dance and they make music and the list goes on and on. Well, today's topic is dengue on the rise in Jamaica. Alright, so what did I type here? Alright, so I'm gonna start with this. Marty, it's nice to hear. Good night, Marty. I missed you yesterday. Marty, guess what? Yesterday, I that's something here. Say technology incline, right? Technology. Marty, good day. Yesterday I met your sister. Her name was Martha. Martha. Her name was Martha. I don't know if I'm spelling her name correct. And I Martha Smart, Smart, Martha Smart. What was that? What's a coincidence? I kind of glad, in a way, say you weren't on my level. I kind of miss the fact that at least you'd have an idea to know exactly what I'm talking about. Well, I don't know if it's I'm just assuming it's your sister. I'm assuming it's a female because Martha is a female, and I don't know what's the male version of Martha. But she was on, well, I don't know, I keep on saying she. I don't know if it's a him or her, but as I said before, I think it's a, I think it's a female, right? I think it's a female, right? And I don't know where the person is from. I don't know if the person understood my language, but if it's not your sister, I think it's your wife. I don't know if it's a sister or a brother or cousin or I don't know, maybe a mother. I don't know who should be or who the person is, but yes, I had the privilege to meet her, him or her yesterday, right? So yes, I had the privilege to meet her. Yes, that's what I said. The name sounds like a female, but I mean, persons give themselves names, and sometimes persons change their name to whatever it is. But it was kind of fun yesterday. Was maybe one of your best live. But, well, I don't know. I'm assuming. So I don't know what was is beyond all these reasoning. So yeah, Martha came by. Okay, so today I will be talking. Welcome to my life, guys, and happy Sunday to you all. Hope you had a nice Sunday dinner. Well, if you don't have a Sunday dinner as yet, I hope you will have a great Sunday dinner. I miss the carrot juice. A long time I don't drink carrot juice, and them nice sweet sour sap juice there. Oh God. You know, them nice juice there. Yes, yesterday we had truth and dare. It was kinda okay. Well, for that life, I think from I was having my own personal live, my own personal life. It was the first time I had so many viewers. I don't know what caused it. Well, well, I think it can only get better. It can only get better, Marty. So you know, you just have to have a little patience, combined with little time and something to eat and just to survive along the way. But life is what it is, and it can only get better, right? And this is life. You just have to make the best out of life, because if you don't make the best out of life, then life is going to make the best out of you. And you know, sometimes maybe you're not able to bounce back, so you have to just each day you give it your all and just tell yourself that you're going to do your all. All right, so welcome to my life, guys, and today we'll be talking about dengue on the rise in Jamaica. So last week sometime, the Minister of Health reported that dengue is on the rise. I think it was maybe about 200 or 300 cases, if I'm correct, cases out there in Jamaica for dengue. I am not sure if they have a vaccine for dengue. I don't recall, maybe. So you have to do So you have to do what you have to do to prevent this dengue from knocking at your door. I was also listening to the news, and this female said that she had a son, and the son went to school, and the son came, no, the person was at home, and they called her to come and pick up her son because the son was ill, right? So she went to school, pick up her son, maybe took her home as the son had fever. And here in Jamaica, most of the time if you have fever, worse if it's a child, they tell her that you're supposed to bathe the child or put the child in some in room temperature water. Some people will tell you the cold water, but some people will tell you that the cold water is not good enough. Maybe can, I don't know. Yes, yep. So I would put it in some room temperature, as in tank water. Yeah, not the cold water, not hot water. Yeah, the room temperature. So when the child has fever, you put the child in the water, and then you put the child in the water, and you sop the child head from the head to the toe. You're going to wet up the child, and then the doctor would recommend that if the child has fever, you should, the best way to dry the child is to put the child under a fan and allow the fan to evaporate the water from the child. But a next doctor might tell you that when the child has fever, you should always take the child to the hospital or the clinic or wherever it is, because each time the child has fever, that is to show you that there's something happening to the child and the child cannot express themselves. So for each fever, they maybe they'll require different attention or different medication or different whatever it is to give to the child. So when the child has fever, especially high fever, you should not keep the child at home. High fever, not even no fever, because any fever at all. But some parents, well, me, I don't know why I don't like to go to the doctor. But if my child has fever, depends. If it's in the night, I'm very scared to put him in the water. So I will get a rug, and I will put it in a room temperature. I put it in the room temperature water, and then I remove it, squeeze out the water a little bit, and I put it on the area that it feel most, where the temperature is high, very high. So and then I will, if the child is awake, or most of the time I will awake the child, and I will give him some Panadol, right? Panadol. And you have the cetamol. You have the one for fever. You have the one for cold. I have cough medicine. So I give him the fever one, right? So I think you give them maybe every 4 to 6 hours. I think you give them the fever medicine, right? And if it gets worse, you should take the child to the doctor. But I think, you see, when your child has a fever and you get the rug and you put the rug on the child, for me, you realize that area kind of get cool. But after a while, the fever kind of come back. I don't know what causes it. And I don't even know. Well, it's not that I don't know, but I keep on asking myself, why do children get fever, and for how long does this fever last? Like, at what stage of their life does these children don't get any fever? And for our parents, to have a child, and the child has fever, it's like if you have job tomorrow and you have to be staying up with the child to make sure that maybe the fever come down, because the aim is to get the fever done, because you don't really want to go to hospital, and sometimes you go to hospital overcrowded, and you turn up and wait, and sometimes, or most of the time, the doctor will deal with the most critical patient, because they deal with the most critical patient because you want to make sure that those situations handled effective or properly, right? So most of the time I just pray, and then as a parent you get frustrated and you start worrying and say, Lord have mercy, and all these things. But this particular parent, who went to the school to pick up his child, he said that he went there and he gave the child the water bath, and I think he said he gave the child some cetamol, and the fever didn't went away, and he said that he took the child to the doctor. I don't know if it was the same day or whichever day, and they were doing some tests, and but whatever test that they did or whatever, they didn't. They, at no time she said that it crossed her mind to say that it was maybe dengue. She was thinking that it was maybe something else, and they did the test, and he said I think it was the Monday. They said that I don't know if they have what she said they have dengue test in Jamaica. I don't remember what she said correctly. People must have said why I can't remember nothing. I don't know. When you reach certain age, it's just that it's hard for you to remember things. That's why we have book and so to write down things so that we can go back to the book to find notes or to keep up or keep in track. Right, and she said she did the dengue test. I must think it was the Monday, and they were trying to administer whatever. And she said by the Thursday the child passed away. And she said that I told her blocks, welcome to my life. She said that the child passed away, and she said she wouldn't let this for any parents. I just imagine her parents as one child, and to know that you lose a child by dengue. So each time when there's an outbreak in disease, the minister or whoever, or the clinic or the hospital or the places, they normally give us flyer or information on whatever it is that is going around so that we are more aware. Some persons, they don't want to take the information, them just do the home remedy, right? Do the home remedy. But in times like these where people are dying left, right, and center, it's best to do the right thing, or maybe go to the doctor. Or as I said before, even though sometimes when you go to the doctor, the doctor, they can't do so much and no more. And if you know, in Jamaica, it was the other day I saw the TV where persons were saying the time is very hot here in Jamaica. I don't remember which one of the hospital. The time is very hot, and the fan here alone cannot sustain the heat that is coming from Jamaica. And I just imagine other country that is more hotter than Jamaica, right? And and especially in some of the schools, they are also complaining that the time is very hot, and the juice and the water alone cannot cool down your temperature. There is no AC, or the AC is malfunctioning, and the fan, most of the fan, they are blowing hot air, so it don't give you the kind of coolant, and the list goes on and on and on. So there are so many problems we are facing that could cause certain outbreak, because you don't have the resources, or you don't are there a lack of resources, and it leads from one thing to the other. Things are just happening. Sometimes it's over a period of time, things happen, and we ignore certain things, and the problem continues until it gets worse. But where the environment is not clean, where it's unsanitary, and where you don't have proper facility to do certain things, then there's always going to be an outbreak. And also on the news I hear residents complaining that they don't have any water, to flush the toilet, no water for the children to drink, and the list goes on and on. So personal struggle. So because, for instance, you don't have any proper clean water to do certain things, then there's always going to be struggle, right? There's going to be outbreak of diseases, whether cholera, dengue, all these water diseases, that exist. So we have to try our very best. I don't know how we're going to do it, but we have to try our very best, especially for the children. They are young. Their immune system is not as strong as ours. So we have to just do it for them and just make sure that we're doing the right thing, right? Make sure you're doing the right thing, especially for the child. I don't know how persons live in the environment, especially in the town area, where it's not like you live in the country where you can place catchment to get your own catchment of water. In the town area, they don't have the facility, or they don't have the place where they could make tanks or whatever, where they could get the water. Here in the country, we don't supposed to have problem with certain things, because we have one big backyard back which part we can set up as much drum, as much tank. So I don't see why sometime when I listen to the news, and some areas they have been difficulty with water problem. I don't know. You buy your black tank, you buy your drum or something to make water. I don't know, especially when you live in the town area and you don't have no catchment. You don't have any jug at all to catch water. Some persons complain that the water may come today and come again till next week or whatever. So people, we have to just prepare Okay, we have to just prepare and to do and to make the sacrifice to do certain things. And even though certain things are very important and are vital to you, you have to do the, cut back some on somebody. No, well, it's not for everybody, but who can cut back on some of the ear, right? Buy less ear, buy less shoes, buy the most important thing. Even though you have water problem, try and get one little drum. Where you can maybe save water when you know say it's raining season. Because I'm sure no matter how bad it is, rain must fall where you are, right? Rain must fall wherever you are. So get a little drum and try to get a little catchment, right? So, as I continue, welcome to my life, guys. Mix up Marty, welcome to my life, guys. Thank you for tuning to my life. Alright, so did you go to church today? Yes, I went to church today. And what was the topic? Um, testing. The testing. It was testing. You go to trial and temptation, testing. Or sometimes you're waiting on something, but it only come out, it don't come on time, so it's a test. Test to see if you can hold out. You know, test to see if you can hold out um on certain things. So in this time where there are so many testing and trials and temptation, where sometimes you as a female, you might not have the money to buy certain things, or you maybe have children and you're not able to provide for all of them. Maybe they don't have any father, or maybe their father is not around, and you meet one man and him tell me say, him say to you say, say me can give you some money if you decide say you can share parts of your body with me. And you as a female, you want the money, and you're saying you're putting your trust in this man, saying that if I give him a part, alright, if I give him a part of my body, then you will guarantee that the children might go to school, maybe this week. But you have some man, them have the decency to know say the woman are go through certain struggles, and you know say the female give them body to you, and you not even turn and say not even to say thank you, or even give the female a money knowing that she have children that go school, or she have food to go buy and them something. This is someone who are going to get a beating, because you don't know the right things, but you don't still do the wrong. And the Bible says you must not take the children bread and give it to the dog. And, oh, that's not the topic. Let's not go on that. I think I don't really want to go into the men world, because, it's a long discussion. Yes, so let's stick to dengue. Alright, so dengue is on the rise. Alright, so persons, so if you know you live in an environment where you have some old tire on your back of your yard, you have some flower spot for your veranda, especially your trainer piece, which part the trainer pieces that you put your plate into drain. Sometimes you have, I don't know how people have well, I understand the tire part. Some persons, them not growing on the back of the yard. If you ever growing on the back of the yard and see what the back of the yard look like. And sometimes them are people are at girl and at boy. Sometimes when them just come out, they never know say around them, as one of them back part of the yard stay. And you have some persons, they have like who grow flowers or in the flowers pot, right? Alright, so you have a flower pot on the veranda, and you water your flower pot, right? But after a period of when you overwater the flower pot, the water will settle in the flower pot. Depends on the flower pot, the type of flower pot that you have. You have some pots, they have the bottom that when the water drain through the pot, the flower pot, it have this, like the cup and saucer, something similar to that, like the cup and you have the saucer. I'm not sure what is that part is called. So I would say maybe the saucer for the first pot. You have water cycle in here. I would advise you from time to time, you take it and travel. If them people, some of them people are not have no nose. When them, especially in the dish drainer, the trainer piece, we call it trainer piece. Yeah, dish drainer. And when you wash your plate and you turn on your plate in the trainer piece, sometimes you take up the top part of the the dish something, the drainer, and the water way under the drainer piece, it's so soggy, it just stagnant, like it just stink at me and say every day or every time or most of the time you come here and you take up some a cup or say, you don't smell like the water there? Is it that your nose is not working or what? Alright. So make sure say for persons, only rich people have drainer piece in them house, no. So for that for sure say are the rich people. Hey, I love rich people. We love them. We love Ghanaian because them always have some nice things in their fridge. Anyway, so yeah, man. When you wash the plate, like maybe every day or every other day, you can choke the water with in the trainer piece. Cause you don't know the water drain down there. And I have some little area, even some in the bathroom, some bathroom, like even at the soap dish or so. When sometimes you use the soap and you put it in the soap dish, sometimes because you don't dry the soap before you put it in the soap dish, you realize that there are water circle in the soap dish. I mean, you see me when I have my soap dish. I mean, I never true old people grow me, or because cleanliness is next to godliness, or whatever the case may be. Um, when I have my soap dish, what anytime I find water inside my soap dish, I have to throw it away. Or from time to time, I would wash up my soap dish. Me like when things clean, I'm supposed to get down anywhere in my house and eat like a princess. Or even eat, I feel comfortable. But some people them just not me hear people come on me yard and then tell me and them ask me for something and me say to them say go over your yard for one plate for carry come make me throw some because I don't have any bag or whatever. Them a tell me say them no wash plate from when. Like my God, all you eat out of them plate the way you no wash from when. Like come on, you not afraid rat and so drawn away. So that is some of the reason why we have some of these outbreak because people not take time to clean up them area and the list goes on and on and on. Them not take time to clean up them area. Yes, they don't take time to clean up their area. Right? So like how the rain is falling like every now and then, right? And the rain falls. Sometimes you have some leaf, some kind of big leaf. I don't, have different plants, have different size leaf. And sometimes the water might fall and it might settle in these big leaf. If you don't go there and rake up, some people not rake up them yard, them not get rid of the rubbish and run on them back, Me I want know. Yeah. Sometimes them have this big old tree like maybe mango tree, almond tree, them big leaf tree they run at the back and the leaf them especially when fall come and a fall when all of the leaf them drop off of the tree. You no rake up around there. You know could have make use the leaf and make one compost. If you not ever go around there so one day go rake up around there so mosquito would have kill you because the mosquito them breed up on the leaf and you don't know. So my just different. Just different, that's all. Some man just live in a world which part I don't know. I mean everybody different so we can't tell a person how them supposed to live them life when them have them own life live. But what may I say? Cleanliness is next to godliness. And sometimes some persons them have the old pot, like if them have flowers pots like and them just take it and throw it on one place and them not check back to find out if anything living in it or what. You have your pot them, say if once you know bore holes in your for instance you tin them or you pot them, or your old jug them or your old pan or your old bucket, whatever it is that you have around the house. When rain fall, especially rainy season, mosquito are gonna breed up in here. You don't want nobody to tell you because if you go somewhere and you see something different, you're supposed to ask yourself what is it. But someone just don't care, you just live and say. And even sometimes when person come out and telling us certain things about certain things, you just turn a blind eye and not gone again. And when someone don't care, when it's too late, well sometimes you see some people they come out on the road and the whole of their skin just bumpy. I ask them say, what happened to you? Them say a mosquito bite them up. Like, come on. I personally, I don't really like mosquito, right? So, when if even if I don't have mosquito mesh or whatever, me make sure I close my door because me not like when mosquito sing to me, you know. Besides, me not even know if mosquito can sing good. So personally, me wouldn't bother with them. I have to clean up my area, like yeah, clean up my area. Change this lonely life. I wanna know what love is. I want you to show me. A little time for things over. I gotta read between the lines. Guess I need it when I'm older. Oh, yeah. Alright, so dengue. What is dengue? So dengue, breakbone fever, is so our next name for dengue is breakbone fever. Look here, cleaning is a must. No, you have some persons, they are working. When you're working, you don't have any time to go. You don't have no time to clean your house. You come from work, and sometimes when you're tired, not even cook, you don't want to cook. Sometimes sometimes you come from work, and you know, man, if you did have delivery, to carry food, can't give you. So sometimes you come from work, sometimes some person not even bother bed, them just jump in their bed, they will hold them tired. So some people don't clean, not even sweep out their house. I don't know them do it. And when the time when them should take to clean, them gone over them neighbor, you gonna talk about what's going on. Like them not have radio for find out what really are going or YouTube. So them gone over people yard, gonna talk people business. Anyway, dengue is also known as breakbone fever. So it's a viral infection that spread from mosquito to people. It is more common in tropical and subtropical climates, right? Alright, so is dengue in Jamaica? Of course, dengue is Jamaica. In it, well, yes, dengue is Jamaica because. So they are telling you that you should clean up your environment, beware of the mosquito, and try and protect the little one. So is there dengue in Jamaica? So the figure is notes is above those reported in 2021 and 2022 epidemiologist year. While the increase in dengue activity observed, Jamaica is currently experiencing an outbreak in dengue, right? Alright, so this person now. So this person, right, say them are going to do their business. So them decide say they are going to do their business. So it happened that there was a funeral going on somewhere. And you know, so when there are funeral going on somewhere, you have some persons they just love funeral food. Well, to be honest, some person will tell you that funeral food tastes nice, and then the next person will tell you that funeral food don't taste nice. But especially when you cater, I'm not call a catering company name, but it's sometimes when you get cater food at funeral, you don't want to leave the food. You don't want to leave the food because the food tastes really nice, right? So this particular person, right, say them about them. So they are going about their business, right? But because I heard that there's a funeral there, they never come to the funeral. They never come to the funeral, but them just think say them become collect the people in food. Cause well, I not really free food, but you know Jamaica say it's free food, so them go collect free food. And when you go to funeral, Most of the time you get like a cup of soup. After you get a cup of soup, them give you some food. After you get the food, sometimes you might get drinks or you might get a beer, a buster. Depends on what you think you can manage. So you might jog on Guinness, beer or whatever. So when you go to a funeral and you get them something there, you don't want nothing more for the rest of the evening but to just lie down and you sleep. So this particular person said that I went to the funeral and I was look this is a long funeral. I'm realizing I cut out the long funeral and the funeral wasn't really that long. So sometimes you have some funeral like 3 hours, and then again it depends on the type of person that died. If it was a celebrity or a person in authority, a person well be knowing, then person might want to say something about them. But sometimes these persons who are making their speech, sometimes they themselves didn't weren't there for the person when the person was alive. So yeah, then again you come and you make this unnecessary speech or this speech which maybe don't bring back the person. So you kinda understand. But this particular person, right, came to the funeral. I was at the funeral, right? And they came. Remember, I said Dengue I go round. Alright, and they come at the funeral, right? So, I need hungry because I good way I'm in the church sit down for. And I say, alright, I'm hungry now, I want some of the food. And I say, I hope my share food because I'm hungry. When me decide say no, I go for some of the food. When I went up there, I said to the person, if I could get a cup of soup. And the person turned to me and said, they don't have any cups. Because when you're doing catering, if it depends on how much person you tell them that you're going to the catering for. So if it's 50, 100, 200 or whatever amount of person, right? So they say they don't have any cup. So I said, alright, fine. But yo, I tell you, say sometimes when you're hungry, you all borrow somebody cup, cause you're hungry, no, I have no respect for nobody. Alright, but I'm turn up there and I say, alright, I'm not borrow no cup, and I can't think of nothing that where I could get something to get somebody soup from. So I say, alright, I go join the line collect some food. I say, did I join the line as a decent citizen? Join the line as a decent citizen. To my surprise, there were persons boring in the middle of the line. Boring people. And then I could have a cafeteria or pantry party after run go back a class or whatever. And besides, these persons they didn't come to funeral and they bored like in the middle of the line. And me turn up there patiently and wait for food. Alright, so me and this guy, I'm gonna tell you, so come we go in this of the food. I'm say, alright, me say to him say, alright, so look like the line I get long. So I said to him, say, alright, if you want one cup of juice. He said, no, I want no juice. Because, whatever. So I said, alright, I'm going to go for a 2 cup of juice. So I went for 2 cup of juice. And I gave him one. I go to me go for the juice because maybe the juice that all I done for me too. So, just as me come back in the line with the juice, me hear them say the food finish. You know how upset me feel? And my food, but me upset. Because you got a funeral and you sit down for all long. And then if you know say you don't get no food, me not over upset, but me upset, but me upset. If you know say you got a funeral and you are wait for food and person who don't come a funeral, them come get food and you with a funeral sit down for all long, them are left them here but they can cook and eat and full them belly. To come get the food where the funeral, the people they will come at funeral. I think that is unfair. And if you stop it, I'm not telling him to stop it, but yeah, maybe I tell him to stop it. Because they can do better. Yeah, leave it here, they must can take something and eat and make the people where their funeral. We sit down in the place for all long, wait for some long hours funeral. Yeah, make them get something to eat. Because funeral is not really about belly food now, because sometimes the person that died, them did want the food them and nobody. No family member, nobody to turn to. I know that them have this big funeral. This big funeral where big. I can't even explain how big it be. And I cook up this unnecessary food. For some people not even care about them. All them just come full them belly and gone. I not customer but it just have to talk. Why I'm saying this is because of the dengue, right? So the person now take the picnic from your yard. Carry come a funeral, you know. Remember they no come a funeral and take the penny come on. They don't come a funeral, you know, and come a funeral, come and collect the food and when people forget, right? So, and then, you know, carry the child. Then sometime all at 10 of them are marching and one clique are coming out, I come to come collect food. Alright, so they come, I mean, I get no food. And but you see me now, me as a Jamaican, you see anywhere me I go, I always a piece of bull, a piece of bread or some crackers or some snacks in my bag, cause me I say me know I go out if you feel like, you know, and you know have the money to buy certain things, and you know sometimes you can't beg a man nothing, and sometimes the money where you carry go out there is to maybe do what you have to do. So you know you can't use money and buy. So I always have so like little snacks in my bag. But remember, you know, sometimes you want something more than a snacks, you know. Maybe you just want something hot, right? You just maybe want something hot. You know, hot as in warm in your belly. So you want some hot or warm in your belly because you know how Jamaicans stay. So the devil him trying to see. Them just think say after a certain period. Yeah, when you get some hot, it good for bust of gas. Yes. Yeah, but this particular female, after them come at the people in funeral, and then come at funeral, but I just for the food they come for. And you were there, never get no food. And then, so me say, me coming out, and me I say to the guy, I say, I'm hungry body now. And you know what the funniest thing? Me never really have no, me never go walk, go to my next house for food to eat or whatever. You understand me? I wish but me did I go. No snacks never did there so. No snacks never did there so. So me couldn't have anything to eat, and the guy said to me say, you hungry? You want something to eat? And me say yes, and he buy me something to eat. You can't imagine you have to go out there for beg somebody to buy something to eat. Me never carry no money no cause me I say, but me carry snacks no cause I like me need a different, but me need hungry. Me never really want no snacks, me just want food to eat. My body, I just didn't want the food to eat. Right, Marty? But, yes, and then, you know, the following morning now, him come look for me and I tell me, say, you know, say, the penny have high fever. Yeah, me, so me turn up there for a good one and I listen, because sometimes you have to give a listening ear to person, you have to give a listening ear to person, I mean, say, like, I feel the sympathy, but when after that me feel the sympathy and me ask like him I go alright, he soon come back out and then something, but you see after the person gone and me I say, you know, say I didn't make me didn't get no food. But that's why I said if you say that because you see if the person did do what them said they need to go do and never come at the funeral, which I won't get the fever. But sometimes when you say I go do something and you know fulfill whatever you say you're gonna do. When you say you're going to do something and you don't do it, then you might get a beat and you might get a punishment. So what may I say no? You see when you say you're going to do something, do it. Because if you don't do it, especially if it's the right thing, you might regret. Cause I'm sure I must say if she did go about her business and never come on the funeral, the child wouldn't get the fever. But to each his own son. I just see people and I just wish them all the best, right, Marty? Are we here talk to so? You go like say when you go to funeral and not to go to funeral fight. You think person go to funeral because they want to go to funeral? They go to funeral because they know that food is given away down here. And if them didn't know before said no food not given down there, them not gonna go down there. May I tell you that? So them not gonna go down there. Right, Marty, they're not gonna go down there because there's no food. There's no food. Tell them I mash up something around this, brother. Alright, so you talk about you know sir, and since you move one of friend you come and talk about you not go funeral for food, cause I know you used to that Jamaica. He used to go down and you no funeral wouldn't miss a catch. You know say food give you a funeral, you make sure you took up yourself and gone a funeral. And when the funeral is for, you take taxi. And that the money where you use and pay taxi fare could have buy food instead of going to the funeral yard for food. Uh-uh. You don't eat from people. So your wife a wife, your wife a wife. Even when you go to a restaurant, that is still people. So no matter talk about you don't eat from people, you eat from people. You eat from people. If I your mother or your father or your sister or your brother, you are still people. If I your cousin, if anybody also go are still people. So you eat from people. Right? Eat from people. You know, say one time I go to a funeral and them have look here. You see, dead yard is not the same like one time. You see, nowadays dead yard, no. You see, back in the days, dead yard, them normally give you fish and bread to eat, right? You see, when you go dead yard nowadays, them a cook. Them a cook rice and peas, or them a cook white rice. Look here, not the last dead yard me went to, but one dead yard before, yeah. Yeah, because I recall. And them have white rice, them have fried chicken, them have sprat, them have curry goat, them have curry chicken, them have brown stew, and that a dead yard. And me say, it's when me got the dead yard, and me say, when me go outside and I'm telling me want some food, and then tell me say the food done, and me say, me vex, you know. And then after that, no, the lady sent some food inside and say, she did save back some food for food inside, and me say, thank you, Jesus. Remember, I go I want funeral, and them have rice and peas, them have fried chicken, them have baked chicken, them have fish, them have pork, them have what's them have? Them have soup, them have juice, them have punch, them have rum punch, them have them have ice cream, them have cake. You know when you go to hotel and you get this piece of cake and you have this I don't know what it is, because I don't know exactly what to tell you say. Like you get this cake and you have this something like where you can dip the cake in I don't know what name. Yeah. Them have that and me say queer. Me say look here, a bashment funeral is because they have the cake and you have the like you have food and you have the sauce, yeah. But they have the cake and something else. I don't know what it is where you can dip the cake in. I say, Lord God. Me say, yeah, me to myself, this must be an encouragement for go to funeral. Well, look here. I can't bother for go to the funeral then because I don't want to go to the funeral then and then I don't have any money to buy anything because the food done for me. One of the worst things when I go to a funeral and they tell us that the food done. Like, come on. If you know how the person did live, you can provide like X amount of food for you know so people are gonna come. So if you know so the person knows a whole heap of people are gonna come at the funeral, you can provide one small amount. But when you know say a whole heap of people are coming at the funeral, and you provide one little tip of food for the people them, and then when people them come and I complain say they didn't get no food or so and so funeral, and then they have to go up on the road because most of the time one shop they buy. Look here, funeral turn business because even the 9 nights or the funeral, you always have sellers both. Sellers are come through because them know say somebody. I mean, I don't know if the people them do the funeral, they make sure to not provide whole heap of food because when they provide whole heap of food, then the vendors them not get no support. So it's when the food done and you're really, really, really hungry, or maybe you might have a friend who come with you, them then you can go buy food from the vendors them. So vendors make the money, and if a shop nearby, shop make the money. And if it's a bar nearby, some person say them go have funeral, but them not really go have funeral, and them go to the bar. Them go to the bar and them hold up the bar from the funeral start to the funeral done. All when funeral done, they still hold up the bar. So funeral a big business. I don't know why Martin make me go on about the funeral, but it's me have to talk about the funeral because this lady will come at the funeral. Come at the funeral, she not come at funeral. But she gone and collect food and people come at the funeral can't get no food. Marty small. Okay. Sometimes I don't mind if some people could have get so nice food. I just eat until I just eat and just fill up my belly like fill up my belly like wow. Just long I have a good plate of Jamaican food. You know what that feel like? You don't want it done. You don't want the food done, because they say, yeah, this is the food for me. But now I worry myself. Now I worry myself because better must come, Better have to come. And if now about 9 or maybe better have to come. You hear? Alright. So let's guys. I just want to welcome you all to my channel. I really, I really appreciate everything. Yes, I really appreciate everything. Yeah, the new subscribers, the likes. Sometimes I watch a video and I remember I feel like it. I understand that the views, even for 1 second, I really appreciate it. Look here. Don't make people discourage you in their life for big things. What is positive, right? Because sometimes these persons are discouraging you, and as soon as they realize that they get the best of you, them start laugh after you. Yes. So I'm encouraging you today. So I'm encouraging you today, to think positive, to think big, think large. Because you see, sometimes when you think in the box, and then things happen in the box, and if it's something bad, then you're gonna get this hard hit that you can't bounce back. But when you think big, anything big and something happen, you want to say at least. So you just have to just think wide, think far. Sometimes you might be working and it's not the job you want to do, but because you maybe have bills to pay, you want food to eat and them something there, so you go do the work. So if you want to go out there and you can be anything you want to be. You can be doctor, lawyer, teacher, anything you want to be can be. You just want to have the right mind frame. You just want to have that empowerment there. Cause I'm almost sure that some poor people picnic, them never know so them could have be what they want to be in their life. And when you reach out there and you realize that you can be this or you make it, sometimes you have to just pop a champagne and say yes. I said this must be a miracle. Sometimes a miracle is because you don't know about it. So think big. And you say if you're young and you don't have nobody to encourage you, as you get older, you try and encourage yourself. Try and encourage yourself, because if you not encourage yourself, nobody not gonna encourage you. People nowadays are think about themselves and who they can, what they can get, and them are try to put on everybody to step out, everybody just reach for the top. But just think positive. Have a positive mind frame, and you can be anything. And no matter how old you be, you can always go back to school and uplift yourself. And I realize say, you see, the more work you do, and the less pay you get. So the more you can educate yourself, or the more you can get a job that pays, it would be better off, because of the less work you will do. So every little chance you can get, every little chance you get in your life to upgrade yourself, try and upgrade yourself, because you never know when you want that qualification, right? Maybe you might get a new job, and the job requires you to have a certificate or a bachelor's in whatever, and you say, sure, I already have that already. But if you don't have it and your job require that, then you have to go and get it. And sometimes these business places, them now wait for nobody to go get nothing. They want persons who already have it, but you never know what they want. So that's what I'm saying. Make use of every opportunity that you have or you get, because you never know when you need these things, right? All right. Or did I reach here? I don't know. All right. So dengue fever are symptoms. So what are some of the symptoms of dengue, right? So most people with dengue have a mild or no symptom and will get better in 1 to 2 weeks. Rarely dengue can be severe and lead to death, right? So, yes, so sometimes you might be going on And you might feel normal, but you don't know you are sick until it really hits you. And then sometimes when it really hits you, you realize that there's nothing you can do because it's already spread over your body or whatever. It already take a toll in your body, and you can't do anything. So they always say prevention is better than cure. So when you can prevent things, it's better than to cure, because sometimes there's no cure for certain things, right? And sometimes when you find out that you have certain things, then it's too them have a saying say the horse already gone to the gate and you can't do anything about it. I don't understand myself, and I'm trying to understand myself, because sometimes persons say to me that they don't understand my language. But I don't know. I don't know. It's just Jamaican talking. You have the English and you have the patois, and it's easy to talk the patois because you have to think about how to put the English together, or how to correct yourself. But on a platform where you have persons of different origin or language, and in Jamaica, you have few persons, and some person might speak Spanish, French, German, Latin, and the list goes on and on. For people like myself, who's maybe good at patois only, or maybe a little English, and how do you communicate with person from different language, right? So there's a barrier, this kind of communication problem, because you talk and you don't understand. But tell you what I do. You see, sometimes when I watch other person's life and I don't understand nothing they're saying, I don't understand a thing they're saying, and I'm saying to myself, okay, then I hope that by time, may I say, maybe next year or maybe a couple months from now, I might understand their language, but I'm not so sure if I will understand, because the truth is that there's not a translator to say, for instance, what you're saying is this, right? And maybe by the time you're supposed to get that stage, then the horse already gone to the gate. But I'm not sure what to tell these people, because there are person who say to me that they don't understand what me I say, but I just saw the word run. You're not gonna understand everything. You will never understand everything. You have to just try and work in yourself, right? Just try and work in yourself. If you don't understand, you have to do like a deep course in it, or you might have to just do a deep course, or just move on, right? Or if you want Marty to come and teach you guys English and patois, translation from patois to English, I don't know. So if you are interested in doing like learning the Jamaican language, what the patois say, and what the Creole, what does the patois translate to the English mean, right? So I don't know. But I not just Jamaican, and Jamaican just chat pay patois, or them just chat this language because that them just feel comfortable doing. But if you know if you have an audience or environment that speak Spanish, then you have to speak Spanish. But I don't know what my audience is like. I don't know what they speak. I don't know if they are Chinese, they are Japanese, or whatever, African. I don't know what they be. But yes, I might know that you may have Africans, maybe some Chinese, UK, United States, or whatever it is. But I am not sure exactly, for instance, who is watching my video most of the time, if you are following me, right? And most of the time I chat patois, because it's easier to chat patois, because when you speak in English you have to think about the next word you want to put the English together, right? And then there are some persons who will be listening to you and they say, Lord God, after I can't speak one proper English, you understand me what I'm saying? So it's kind of easier to chat patois, because you don't have to think about what you're saying, because it comes naturally. But the English now, you have to think about, like you say, alright, the boy is ugly, right? You can't say the boy are ugly, because people are going to laugh after you, because I'm going to say that is not. You can't say the boy are ugly, that doesn't sound good. So then you will have person who criticize you, say, I just chat where you know until you know how to chat. are just life. People are gonna always criticize. People are gonna always say things. But it's up to you, the individual, to know when and how and what to do. Right? And you can't please everybody. So you have to just let some of them go and just know say life is life. Life is life. Right? Right, my big friend Marty. Marty, how will me I go see you? Marty, when you come back to Jamaica? Marty, when you coming back to Jamaica? Marty, you know, say you're not good somebody, you know. What do you have me say to you, say? Me, I look about my green card to come over foreign. And you know, tell me, say? And you know, tell me, say? Yes. But do you have me go a funeral, you know? But do you have me go a funeral and this particular guy, he might walk and he might look everybody in the community. I don't know which part of I want to see I want to see UK come from. No Marty, I know you matter. This guy must come from UK and in this side say he might go walk and look all of the female in the community. I don't know what got through mind. I don't know if him not hear about AIDS. I don't know if him not hear about diseases. I don't know. I can't tell you. But him decide say him a go walk and look all of the female them in the era. So me ask him say if which part him come from no female no they there. Right? Him say, him turn to me and say, him nah forget his roots, him nah forget where him a come from. But me I say, my God man, not because he nah forget your roots, that don't mean say if you walk and look all of the females them in the community. And not even the look when I look all of the female, you know. It's just the things that him do are the things that the females do to him, which kind of put you at a level or put you at a standard where yes, so people can add some more value to them. People can add some more value to themselves because trust me, if me did even did that thing about him, after when me hear him do, that would be like a no, right? So me want to know, Marty, if a UK come from. Me want to know if a UK come from. If I that the people over UK do. If I that them do over there. I mean, so everywhere you go, you find people good and bad. And you always have some persons, them just always want to do. Them want to experiment. You know things say? Them just think say they must them fit in at everything we have one. You know things say? Them fit have a mind of their own. Right? Baby. Oh baby. You're the one. Ooh, baby. Marty, I was just saying. No, and him say foreign he come from, and then the funniest thing, him start out with a lie. I ask him say what kind of work he do, and he say SCAMMA. I mean like nobody now come to nobody and tell him say that them do, right? And you know the not even them go down in a detail with him. So I say to him say, how much children you have? And him tell me say I have 25. Then I say, why you tell me so much lie? Why you tell me so much lie? If me not see, me not sure exactly what stamp on my friend. Why am I tell me so much lie, right? And he continue. Him say he's looking a wife. I don't know the term. What does the term wife in UK mean? If it means sex, I don't know. When you say you're looking at wife, if that mean I want to have sex with you, I am not sure. But some of them female, I mean some of them males here, where you see, me just think say, like, what do you call it? Me just think say, when you are a person and you reach certain age group, you have to just lower off for certain things. Marty, I just think so when you reach certain age group, you have to just let go the loose life thing, you know? Try and find yourself a wife or something and settle down. Or even if you don't want a wife, I know them say the one burner thing no work and them say one whatever kill whatever. Yeah, but me I say, you're a big person. Yeah, you know, you left running up and down between your teenagers and to maybe 30. Me just say it could be a little bit less than 30, like maybe 25 or whatever. You know, even in your teenager same. But as soon as you start turning that kind of adult day, you take on responsibility. But I know I'm not sure the point when they might try to prove like who have the most whatever. And you know the funniest thing? Oh Lord, I don't know what go down in that. But you know the funniest thing, some of them they don't have nothing to give nobody. They don't have nothing to give nobody. And then them left the poor female them out there stranded. Females want money. They want money. So that is the main aim. So most of the time when you say you want to have sex with a female, it's because the female want money. The female are gonna just get up and just have sex with you because them yes say you want to look somebody to have sex with. Right? Well, I don't know what for everybody see, but and then some of them not them personal hygiene not turn up good. Right? And disease are growing. I'm here say AIDS is on the rise again. And I like one time when you never did that hear about AIDS. AIDS is upon the rise. And some of them just think say they must use no protection. And then you have it and you know the funniest thing, minister in the tourism sector, them say how much people are come at Jamaica, how much people are come at Jamaica. I mean, like somehow we down here we desperate for go find. I don't know what they're finding out. I'm not sure what they over there. But me think they're finding harder than over here. When you're at Jamaica, you can't go let's go pick one orange, you can't go let's go pick one apple, you can't go to your neighbor and beg him to start, you can't go let's go and beg him to flower. When you go find, I don't think we're not foreign. But I just said, and you left foreign which part so much people over there. People I assume are working class. And like at Jamaica you can't just go over there to go pick one fruit and belly full. Foreign, me not have not well, maybe 3 days foreign, but like a people farm or whatever. You can't go over people farm over foreign and go pick out nothing off for them. And you left from we are foreign. Come at Jamaica, just for risk your life because you want to run up and down. You want to run up and down where you can't get somebody a friend where you can marry to and get to stay, have some nice pretty children. You're going to come out, and some of them all have their wife over foreign, and left foreign and come at Jamaica, and I see this sexy girl, this round up girl I want to find out why she's so round. Like come on, and I like you know used to female. And I like you know used to female. Come on, you used to female, so come on, you just well, and everybody have my thinking, but we just think after a certain age, when you reach certain age, you have to lower out certain things. Well, me can't tell a man what to do in life, you know, but sometimes as a female to somehow we know say some of them no want nobody because some of them come tell lie about say they not have no wife and they not nobody. Like come on, what wrong with you? Make you not have anybody. Something must wrong with you. Then we supposed to look on that and find out what wrong with you making a something must wrong with you making not have nobody. And then something wrong with them, Marcy. That's how I can say something wrong with it. No, something wrong with we the female, cause we are encourage them. We are encourage them to do certain things because if we never did encourage them to do certain things, then they would have do it too. So sometimes we have to just know say how we encourage them in a certain slackness, make them behave certain way. And then the whole neighborhood know say they need their own this or they need their own this. So and then sometimes the house already gone through the gate. You can't turn it back. I don't know. I don't know what could have caused it. You know, man, when they say they want wife, they don't want no wife. Well, what sex a wife? They don't want a partner which part they can't stick long and marry. Because I don't think nobody I go live from foreign, come to Jamaica, and I like say you left a baby mother here, you left a baby mother here, or you left one girl with that date here, you know, left nobody here, so. And you left God a foreign, which part, me assume, say, the people say when they go foreign to make their life better. And you go left from foreign, come back here. Just because you maybe have little money, I don't know what they call little money, and you go want You are going to run out to all of the neighborhood. Eh? You want to know if the neighborhood where they left behind, if I saw it stay. In Marty, you want to know. You want to know every size in the community, what size and the size and the color and the purpose. The size, the color and the purpose. You follow some of them, my man, you know. That's why when you listen to the news nowadays, you don't know what to believe because you have so many persons out there and you don't know them identity. And sometimes when things get worse, you realize, say, them is not who them pretend to be. Foreign hard life is better if you have money. Foreign hard, no foreign not hard. Once you have job of foreign, you can pay your bills. My ear say the hardest thing of foreign have to pay your bills, like your rent. I don't know, I'm just saying. To pay your rent it kinda hard, but food, me hear say food over foreign very cheap. But food cheap at Jamaica too, because most of the farmer them farm, and most of the farmer them don't get paid for them produce. Persons come beg you this, beg you that. Sometimes most of the time them give it, and when the persons come to buy from the field, the persons who come to buy in the field, them I go tell you say, you know so that now sell a market. They say, you know that nothing is selling at the markets. So you have to pay like such amount of money for the market. And you see those persons when when they come and they buy things in the field and they go to the market. Alright, for example, so they come and they want cabbage, right? And they say, alright, say Mass Joe have cabbage. Mass Joe have cabbage over there, sir. And they went to Mass Joe field because most of the time they go to the field to purchase. So when Mass Joe know that they're coming, he will maybe go to the field with them. So they cut the cabbage and then they bag it and then they weigh the cabbage, and depends how much it weigh. If it's like for instance $30 a pound, then they will pay for the how much the amount that they reap. And then you have sometimes some of them might say to you give me something upon it now, give me something upon it. So yeah, just like when I go to the market, I have some person come and say they might buy for instance a 2 pound of cabbage and they say me can't get one cabbage free or so. I see where somebody the person them will come wholesale or retail or whatever them be come buy and see when them beer say they want something pan it cause nothing and go on over there so them give them something pan it. So sometimes these persons they don't make any money. The farmer them go home and their wife hungry, picnic hungry, and everybody hungry. And the person we come buy the things in the field, them go walk out the market. So for instance, them sell cabbage for $30 a pound. When by the time the cabbage for reach from the ground to the market, they must sell it for cabbage for double times. All $60 a pound cabbage. I'm gonna tell you say them have to pay for transport fee, them have to pay man to carry it up like from the field to the truck or the bus, and them have to tell us them have to pay for market fee. They don't have to put too much money on it, and sometimes them have the cabbage or whatever they produce where them buy, and sometimes it spoil upon them market because them are selling something them so expensive, and the person them can't buy it, so them have it and throw away whatever it is that left back. And our next set of people now, when them not come to market early, them come to market in the evening. So when they come to market in the evening, they know that for instance, alright, Mass John take his something them throw over there so when you reach a market, you go over there so you will find all of the tomato them and the cabbage them and whatever throw it over there so anybody where they are Jamaican about so they hungry out. In no matter how rent they're offering, you can work 2 jobs offering. whatever reason. You can't work two jobs and I like your dad Jamaica. I don't really know nobody. Well, you have persons at Jamaica will work two jobs, but may I say persons out here will need job and certain person have two jobs and a person will want one job can't get no job. Life kinda unfair. Big ship sailing on the ocean and we need your promotion. And the bills over foreign. But you know how Jamaica say not everybody pay bills at Jamaica. Them have means and way how not to pay certain bills. I have some persons that come on your yard, they come to your house. You have some persons that come to your house and they want everything free, right? They want to rent a house. You know, South Jamaica must be the only place where you can give a man your house for living now, and him decide say him not paying any rent. I have to take him out by force. And I don't know how it go overseas, but to each his own. Alright, so dengue fever or symptom, right? So most people with dengue have a mild or no symptom and will get better in 1 to 2 weeks. Rarely dengue can be severe and can lead to death, right? If symptoms occur, they usually begin 4 to 10 days after infection and last 2 to 7 days, right? So here I am giving you some information on dengue. So you can't say you never hear about it. You must have at least a little idea. Alright. So what are some of the symptoms of dengue, right? So you have high fever, and normal is 40 Celsius or 104 Fahrenheit. You have severe headache. You have pain behind the eyes. You have muscles and joint pain. You have nausea. You vomit. You have swollen glands and you have rash. So if you are experiencing any of these symptoms, what you should do, go to your doctor, right? Alright, so people who are infected the second time are at greater risk of severe dengue. Alright, so you can infect it more than one time. So the first time is not that bad, but the second time can pose great challenges. Alright, so people who are infected the second time are not. People who are infected the second time are at greater risk of severe dengue. So you have severe abdominal pain, you have persistent vomiting, you have rapid breathing, you have bleeding gums or nose, you have fatigue, restlessness, blood in vomit or stool, and you have been very thirsty, pale, and cold, and you have feeling weak. Alright, so if you have any of these symptoms, make sure you go and see your doctor. I have a picture. Clean tomorrow. Alright, what can cause dengue? What causes dengue? So dengue is a viral infection caused by the dengue virus, Dengue, right? Transmitted to human through bites of infected mosquito. What is the name of this mosquito? The Egyptian mosquito, right? Right? Am I correct? Am I correct? I've got a lot of big dreams. I've made a lot of bad moves. I know you could walk away, but you never do. I found a lot of gold. I learned to smile at the sea. I know it's hard to hear her, but you never do. Marty and Company. Alright, so how to prevent dengue, right? How to prevent dengue. So you can mosquito, reduce mosquito habitat, stay in well secure house or well screened houses, use mosquito repellent, wear protective clothing, sleep under mosquito nets. Do not let water stagnate anywhere. Keep your house airy and well lit. Time your outing. Place mosquito mesh at door. Wear light colored clothing. Fogging. Wear long sleeve shirts and long pants. Alright, so it says reduce mosquito habitat. What this means is like if the container them we have running house, you throw the water. From time to time, you check to see if the containers has water, like your flowers pots, the old tire them, running hose, the tin them, the sausage tin, the mackerel tin, the sardine tin. You make sure you bore hole in them. And even sometimes when you bore holes in them and it have a little slide tilt, water still can store in it. So from time to time, you have to you know, get rid of the water. The old leaf them will drop, the big leaf them will drop in the yard. What might have water settle in them. You should um rake up your yard and burn the leaf, or you have some drum outside or bucket, some like how it's rainy season now and some persons don't have maybe a tank. Them have a tendency to set out all of the bucket them in the house, all of the drum and all these things. So if you have maybe like a lot of bucket out there, from time to time you can check it if you are not using them, like using them like that often. You find to see if they have any lava or whatever in there. And you can maybe add some bleach to the drum or the bucket, or you can spread it. You can add oil, but you see when you add the oil now, everybody different. But you see when you add the oil, it kind of have this kind of oily what I must say. That oil on the top, and me personally, me not like the idea, because if for instance you're gonna use the water to do something, you're gonna have this oil, and it's gonna add something to the oil itself to emulsify or to break down these fats. The fats that's in the water. So I would say the best thing you do, maybe use a bleach or maybe add chlorine. What amount of bleach you should use? Well, it depends on the amount of water you have stored. So it's on the container to say how much bleach you might have to add to the water, or some person might add chlorine to the water too, because the mosquito can take certain chemical, or you can cover your jump. For me, me not really. Right, you see your friend there, but I don't know what she had over here, so cause of 40 years now, she not come over here, so. Then if I last her Sunday dinner and they look. Hi, Lady Mal. Lola, what you want? Mallory. Lady Mal, what you want? Or may I help you? Alright, for me, I don't really have, I don't think I have that problem because I try to sweep up my yard, and, as time goes by, me work, miss, just a come from work. Okay, you just coming from work then. Did you cook? You eat? You clean? You wash? Martina, see your friend? Your friend Lady Ma? Yes, so from time to time I will sweep up my yard. Well, I don't really have any rubbish. And I will burn it. KFC. KFC very expensive, so if every day you buy KFC, I'm sure you're not buying no one piece of KFC. And if you buy one two piece, I think I must have been almost $1,000. And if you buy KFC for $1,000 per day, I'm sure you're not buy one two piece of KFC every day, because two pieces of KFC can't fill the belly. And you have 40 days in a 40 days in a wait, how much how much days in a month again? 30? Oh, too tight for cook. I help and I think it's cheaper. Alright, so for me, I don't really have the bucket problem, right? So, and even if I did, I would try and use the water as quickly as possible, right? So for my jumps, each time maybe the rain fall, because the rain kind of fall often, as you see, it's the rainy season, so the rain's gonna fall. Rain fall yesterday evening and rain fall this evening. So when when I know that a certain amount of water is in the jump, when I realize that there are a certain amount of water in the jump, then I will get the cover for the drum, and then I'll cover it, and then I'll put something on top of it, like maybe a block or a heavy stone, to keep the lid down, so the mosquito doesn't have, mosquito, they need oxygen to breathe, just like human being. They need oxygen and they need the sunlight. So when they get these, it's just that they keep on multiplying. So when you kind of block out the kind of, the oxygen and the sunlight, then this will lessen the amount of, lessen the mosquito, or lessen the breeding size from mosquito. Then therefore, if they are the Egypt styles mosquito, then you won't have that kind of dengue, outbreak. But it's not even for the normal mosquito, because for the normal mosquito bite very hot, right? Mosquito bite very hot, and sometimes when the mosquito bite you, sometimes they leave bumps behind, and sometimes the bump, some of them may be watery, some of them might be infested. So when you have these mosquito, and then if you have a child and they scratch these bump or they scrape this bump, then after a while it's going to get infested, and it's going to, maybe if this child blood is very sweet, then it's going to turn out into sore, and you don't really want that. So you have to try your very best at all time to make sure that you have a clean environment. Alright, so not everybody is used to, our skin can tolerate the mosquito repellent, so not everybody will be able to use the mosquito repellent. So, and maybe it's very expensive, so that's the next thing. So you have to just do what you can do, at the moment, to make sure that you don't get this kind of dengue, because dengue can be very deadly. Whereas if you don't know you have this kind of disease. Alright. So you have some persons might be able to buy mesh to put at their window or at their door. But if I were in that position, and I won't be able to afford the mesh, I would try and close my door. Yes, like maybe close the door like in the morning or in the evening, because during this time of the day, then the mosquito they will come out, right? But like when the time is hot, you know, they kind of will stay away because the time is hot, and nobody doesn't like when the time is hot. Yes, so I don't think they come out like, I could be wrong, but I don't think they come out like in the hot time. And they like dark places. So for instance, when the mosquito they come out, or when they enter your house, like whenever you leave the doors or the window open, then they will find somewhere dark to stay. So they will find this. Thailand, nobody come in with the nice. Alright, so they'll find somewhere dark in the house to stay. Right, until when it's night, or when they know that you're sleeping, they will come out and they will plague you. Right, so I'll advise you. So from time to time, you can, some of it, there was ideas, maybe on the curtain, or if you have closet, or so sometimes they get in the closet, or they will find themselves in the ceilings, or behind the curtain, or behind the door. These dark places in the house, they will find themselves behind these places. So if you have time, you can look for them. So sometimes I would get like the mop or a piece of cloth, and I'll throw it up in the ceiling and to see if I could take down the mosquito. It kind of work because, by the time the night to come down, I don't have this large amount of mosquito to deal with. So I try to get rid of them. Some person might buy like the spray to get rid of the mosquito. But what happens to persons who have allergic or allergic reaction to these types of mosquito, then they won't be able to withstand these things. So, and some person might use like the mosquito destroyer, but then again, it's up to you if you have the money to buy the destroyer, because maybe it can be very expensive, whereas if you're not working, so you have to try the whatever whatever you have to get rid of these mosquito. Alright, for some area, especially in the town area, you might have fogging done. You have fogging being done there, right? So they are encouraging that, like when you have fogging be done, that you close your windows and your door, or you get some, if you have an illness or a sickness where you can't tolerate it to a certain extent, you get a wet piece of rag and you place it over your nostril, or your nose, or your nostril, to prevent you from inhaling all these substance into your respiratory tract. Alright, so when you wear light color clothing, well, I always hear that they say that mosquito is attracted to dark, dark, dark clothing. And then I think that it goes back to saying that when the mosquito come inside the house, they find a dark place to hide. So when you have this light, or even if your house is light up or lit, as in, for instance, when you in the day, you might give it some breeze up, because mosquito love moldy places. So if you have some clothes we have put on our back from when much months, because I have some persons, them not watch, months after months, them have some clothes pack up in a, so I could call person's name, but I don't want to embarrass anybody. Have people have clothes pack up in a them wash them basket, or them have it throw down in a some corner. I breed up the mosquito. Sometimes the clothes them moldy. You have some persons, they don't carry normal sweat like you and I. They have one different type of scent or smell. So especially when you sweat, mosquitoes tend to attracted to sweat. Especially like now, like there are certain times when I go down to my gully, right? When I go to my gully, as soon as I start sweat, there's that this whole heap of mosquito just come on, like whole heap of mosquito don't go gully, like mosquito per mosquito. And trust me, the amount of mosquito, because there are grass there, so they hide in the grass. There are leaves down there, they hide in the leaves. There are tin down there, whatever it is that they find that they can secure themselves in, they are gonna hide it. And as soon as they see somebody come about where they can get some food, some juice, some nice blood, you know, to pierce, they're gonna come out and they're gonna show you who they be. So when you go to the gully, and it's good also to wear your long sleeve. When you wear your long sleeve clothes, they might bite, but it won't get that kind of effect as if you're in a short sleeve. So I would encourage you to wear your long sleeve, as much as possible, right? And the more you sweat is the more you will attract more mosquito. You wear your light color clothing. Yes, you wear your light color clothing, so you won't attract that much mosquito. They are gonna be there now. It's up to you to lessen them, right? Alright, so our next thing, don't let the water stagnant, as I said already. So sometimes, like in a dish drainer you might have, because when you wash the plate and you place it in the drainer to drain, and some persons have it at 1 month, 2 week, 1 week, and so it becomes stagnant. So when it becomes stagnant, it's become a breeding place for a mosquito. So guys, don't let that happen to you. And in your flowers pot, you make sure say empty your flowers plant no one then, because this water can come stagnant. Because remember say the water is now gonna suck up back through the pot, because it's already gone through the pot and it can't come back to the pot. So wherever you might think you have mosquito, like it maybe in your soap dish you have some cup where you put on some way, maybe you drink some water and you forget to throw the water out of the cup, and you put on the cup somewhere, you can breed mosquito. If you have some container where you say you go plant the flowers in, and you forget to put it down, you get to plant the flowers in there, you might put it down somewhere and water might catch in there. If you know you have some children, we always take out the water out of the pipe and put it somewhere. You must always check on those areas, because them children nowadays, I don't know what is it that fascinates about the water. Your tin, I can't emphasize on more how you must supposed to bore your tin and to dispose of between your tin. Also, you can use your tin to plants, like your seedling or whatever, if you want to do your container garden. So there are many ways in which you can dispose of the tin. So don't, especially in times like this, when the season, we are in a rainy season, guys, don't let dengue take you over. People already are dead left, right, and center from all different diseases. Don't make dengue be the one to carry home, although whatever it is that will take you home, then that will take you home. But you don't want to know that you didn't try. Try and try, so that just try something, because you don't want to know, say if you didn't know. Because when you pass and gone, you have persons left behind mourning, maybe had little children who were looking forward to see their mommy grow up or whosoever. So try and do the right thing, yeah, man. And if you used to watch 1 time a month, start watch 2 time a month or 1 time a week. No matter, pack up your whole heap of clothes them round the back, and make the clothes them mildew round there, right? Yes, Marty. Try and wash the clothes. Try and wash the clothes. Yes, guys, you can go over to Lady Mal channel and support her. Lady Mal has a channel, so you can go over to Lady Mal channel and support her. Right, guys, welcome to my life. I really appreciate you guys being here. And I can't share the story now, and I can't share Martin. You can share what are some of the things you can do, or you can share experience if you ever get bad mosquito, if you ever get dengue, or if you know nobody will get dengue. Well, I personally don't know. I guess I don't think I know anybody who got dengue or who passed on from dengue. I don't think I know anybody, but it's real, guys. Not because you don't know somebody who has certain thing, that doesn't mean that it doesn't exist. Don't wait until it knock your door to say if you didn't know, or you should say that I didn't know that these things exist, because things are real. So you have to just find ways to work with things, and don't wait until it come knocking. Turn on your door to say, right, if me didn't know. If me didn't know, always come too late. Right, guys? Welcome to my live, guys. Thank you guys for tuning. For those who are just passing by, I really appreciate it. For my first time viewers, welcome. I hope you're enjoying the topic and I hope you take away something from the topic. Not just don't just listen, but take away something positive, right? And each one teach one. And that's the way how the nation will grow. We don't know how long we are here for, or we will be here for. So we have to try and leave a positive impact on persons. Some trust me, it's not always, to leave a positive impact because sometimes it's very hard. It's very hard to deal with people and their negative behavior. And trust me, the way our world around nowadays, it's hard to get a whole, like leave a positive impact on person. But you have to just try because only positiveness will stand out. Bible say, why them person always are waiting me up my life then come call me. Alright. After I come out from my life, me call back that person. Get them must listen me have life. But I know the one my team can kid out 50. Can't kid out 50, brother. Alright, so what are some of the treatments, right? Alright, so treatment for dengue including managing the symptoms. Includes managing the symptom. Right? Alright, so according to 2019 research, treatment for mild form include. Alright, so some of the treatments according to research say that drinking water to help prevent dehydration, getting plenty of rest, using pain reliever such as Tylenol or paracetamol, which can also help to reduce fever. Right, that is so nice of you. That is so nice of you. Well, keep it up. Keep it up. Keep it up. Yes, and keep on keeping a clean environment. That way you won't get dengue. And not only dengue, no other disease might come across your path. So, you know, fluid and pain medicine. What's fluid and pain medicine? Alright, so you have setamol. I don't know what I'm telling on. Yes, so most of the time, lady mal, fluid and pain medicine. I think you mean the paracetamol and the Tylenol. Yes, so those are maybe two Panadol, what do you call it, pill that person take to reduce or to reduce the fever. Well, they have some the liquid one, the fever medicine, but I don't know if adults take those too. But I know that the children they might take the fever, yeah, that fever medicine because it help to reduce the fever. All right, so doctor may recommend IV fluid supplements, blood transfer if you have dengue. Maybe that you might do a blood transfusion or platelets transfusion in some cases. I don't know what's a platelets I don't know what's a platelets transfusion, but I know that platelets are the um small. Alright, so here Lady Mal is saying that Panadol help with fever. Alright, so you have the Panadol. I think Panadol is a brand. Panadol, and you have the Panadol and you have the Cetamol. So I think there are those brand. I think it's the brand you're talking about. Yes, for fever and pain relief. Alright, so the platelets transfusion. So platelets are some little small in the blood that helps with clotting. So if you don't have any platelets in your body to help clotting, because sometimes when you have dengue you might have this bleeding condition, and because you don't have anything to clot, because if you have a wound that is open and it keep on bleeding, then you might lose your life because the bleeding continuously. But if you have a platelets in the blood cells in your body to help the clotting, then this will reduce the amount of blood flow, and then maybe you might live a little longer. So when you do the I am assuming, because I'm not sure, when you're doing a platelet transfusion, then I'm assuming that this type of blood that you are getting contain um platelets, so it will help in clotting. If I'm wrong, maybe you can correct me. So you have cetamol. So you also have cetamol. So cetamol contain paracetamol, and it is aspirin free. Yeah. So it's aspirin free. So let me go again. So dengue is an infection caused by a virus spread by the bite of an infected Aedes mosquito. There are four dengue virus caused by dengue, right? So there are four main types. So you have type 1, type 2, type 3, and type 4. I don't know which one is the most dangerous one. I don't know if it's type 1. I guess it may be the type 1 is the most dangerous one. So I say you can only be infected with each type once in your lifetime, okay? So sometimes when you say you get a second dose of infection, so for instance, if you're infected with maybe type 4, so next time around if you're getting infected, that means you won't get infected by type 4. So the next time around, you might be get infected by maybe type 3. So it depends on the stage. I don't know if it starts at stage 4, then 3, 2, 1, or 1, 2, 3. I think it starts at 4. So each time you might get a more higher infection. When you reach maybe stage 1, when you know that's the last infection, then maybe that's when you might die. But why would you want to allow your body to get infected to these stages when you're in an environment where you can try to prevent certain things? But if you are living in certain countries, I'm not sure which country that might will be, where they lack these resources, where they don't have the resources to withstand certain things, But you live in an area where you have the resources, like you can maybe get clean water, you can remove your garbage, you can empty the stagnant water, you can use up your mesh, and you use your repellent, and you can use this thing, but you choose not to because whatever reason, then you are the person supposed to blame. We have some countries where some person they don't have access to no clean water. I don't know how they survive. They don't. They're in a condition where they can't buy mesh, or maybe they don't live anywhere, or they live in a place where it's open and they don't have it like that, or maybe they can't afford mosquito repellent, or they just can't get it, or they don't have access based on what is going on. So when you live in an area where you can use this thing, then give God thanks, or you should use it to your advantage. All right, so when infected with a dengue virus, you may develop a dengue fever or a dengue hemo hemorrhagic fever. All right. So hemorrhagic fever is a fever assumed that is called bleeding, and for persons who have a bleeding condition, because back in the days I know persons they used to have bleeding nose, right? Bleeding nose. I'm not sure exactly what caused person to have bleeding nose, but if this condition isn't corrected, you know, by certain times, then you can bleed bleed out. Yeah. But normally when I was a child and you have a nosebleed, then they normally get three different types of bushes, and you roll it up and you push it in your nose, and then this might stop the bleeding. I'm not encouraging you to do it, I'm not encouraging you to do. I'm just saying that is what person would do, right? So a dengue hemorrhagic fever is the more severe form of dengue. Children as well as persons who have had dengue fever before are more likely to get dengue hemorrhagic fever. Alright, what is dengue hemorrhagic fever? I don't know. My mind just tell me that is a type of fever that maybe cause bleeding, bleeding wherever, maybe your nose. I don't know where you might have been. Welcome to my live, guys. I want to thank you guys for tuning to my channel. You could be somewhere else, doing whatever you feel like, but you choose to come over here and lend me your support. I really appreciate it, and I hope that the good Lord will have mercy upon you and grant you your wishes and your favor as you go through life journey. Well, I hope for this week that you will have a blessed day at work, and you will try to leave a positive impact on your environment, right? And promise me you're going to be a good citizen, and you're not going to follow anyone and let them get the best out of you. You're going to do positive things, and you're going to show them that good people good people still exist, right, guys? So I just want to welcome you to my life, and I hope you have a positive week, and I wish you all the best that life has to offer. I hope your dreams will come true as you journey through this life, and I hope you, whatever you aspire, inspire to be, that you will achieve them as you go by. Don't just sit around waiting for opportunity to come by. Go there and show them why you should, you know get this job, or why you should be enrolled in this school. And no matter follow nobody and think say because you don't have a professional job, that doesn't make you a worthwhile citizens, because you have lots of persons out there in their profession, and they're not saving any money. I mean, they can't buy anything they really want to buy. They can't maybe buy a house, a car, they can't pay the bills. Children supposed to go to school, and the list goes on. So if you have a trade and you can make like sufficient money to pay your bills, or to, finance your family or whatever it is, yes, stick to your trade. If you know you're not bright enough, get a skill. Don't hang around waiting for gangs or bad influence, because sometimes these things get in you like nowhere. So yes, you have to just think positive. Take your mind out of certain things and just tell yourself that, some person will say they're not going to do a 9 to 5 job because at the end of the day they don't see what they're doing or what they're getting out of it. But it's better for you to do a 9 to 5 job than to know that you end up in a situation where you might lose your life, or your family might lose your life because of what you are doing, right? So let us think of others. And if you are going to do something bad, think about it. Rethink about it. And if you can think about it and you get a positive thought, then kudos to you. But try and do something positive with your life. Yeah. It's very hard. Nobody says the road is going to be easy, but you have to just think. Have an open mind. And if you are not working, don't say to yourself that, oh, you're not going to get a job for the rest of yourself. The moment you start elevate, it starts within your mind. It starts within your mind. It starts within your mind. Everything starts within your mind. So it starts within your mind, and then you begin to manifest whatever it is. So the moment you tell yourself that you have a job, whether you have a job or not, then eventually you will get a job, right? If you are not working and you find certain little things around the work and around the house to do, then persons will see you and recommend you to do certain things. Sometimes you go out there days after days, and you go out there go look job and you not get no job. Don't give up. Maybe it's not your time. Maybe it's just not your time. And sometimes you sing a year and you complain say, Lord God, me want one job. Maybe it's a reason why God didn't give me a job, because maybe you know that we don't know why I love. Yeah, sometimes I have to just laugh, release some of my stress. Maybe God to say it's not your time. So He's letting you store in this energy, waiting for that moment to come for you to unleash, to show persons that This is why I need this job. Guys, you have to just think positive. Take your mind out of the gutter. Don't go there and do nothing too silly, because if you go there and do something silly and go to jail, maybe you might just mess up a record. You just mess up a record, or you maybe just mess up your time when something might just come true for you. Maybe the college you want to go, maybe you just meet your wife, or you just meet your husband, or something. You never know. So just think positive. Pray. If you are not sure about something, seek advice. Seek positive advice, right? I don't know, but you just have to just think positive and just hope for the best, because the best is yet to come. And if you don't make it down here, then I assume that somebody close to you, they will continue your work and say, oh, I'm doing this on behalf of Marty, because this is what Marty always wanted. Because there are several times when I go to funeral and a person maybe wanted to start a business, but they didn't have the resources or whatever, and somebody took up that baton and they said they're going to run with the baton and say, okay, this is what Marty like. No, I'm not going to do it for Marty. All right, this is what John like. So because John loved this, I'm going to do a charity on behalf of John. So guys, you just have to think positive, have an open mind, and just pray for nothing but the best. Because if you give up now, you won't know what you had in store, and you don't know the positive impact you might have on somebody. So not because a person doesn't say to you that you have a positive impact on my life, or that I look up to you, not because it doesn't say that to you, that doesn't mean that you're not doing something great. Sometimes we must look to persons to encourage us to do positive things. We have to encourage ourselves, because if we sit here waiting for a person to give us positive feedback, the fact is that some of them will never tell you. They will never tell you that you dress nice. They'll never tell you that you look good. They never say, no, me rate what you say yesterday. They will never tell you that. So you have to know within yourself when you are doing something positive, right? Right. Okay, guys. So let us continue. Sometimes you have to just drop in some encouragement, because you never know what persons out there are going through, and sometimes they just need, just a little, you know, encouragement. They say encouragement straighten labor. You never know. You never know, and sometimes they don't say thanks because they really appreciate it much, because sometimes that is what they were waiting for, and they say, oh, thank you, Jesus. So I hope you guys have a positive week this week, and just make the best out of work. Just make the best. It might not be the job you always wanted, but just make the best out of it. Alright, so which part reach? Alright, what to do when you have a fever? If you feel like you have dengue fever, visit your health center or doctor and follow instruction given carefully, right? So if you go there and them give you cetamol or whatever, then tell us if you take just as say 1 spoon, 1 teaspoon. I'm gonna go take 2 teaspoon. So you're supposed to follow instruction and about overdose yourself, because some of them don't know if you think you're gonna take more than the doses, if it's a go easy pain or whatever. No, don't do it. Alright, so you say drink a lot of fluid and you're supposed to get your rest. So you use a paracetamol painkiller such as aspirin, what is ibuprofen, and other anti-inflammatory drugs, as they may increase your risk of bleeding. Alright, dengue. Kylan, me no want to know that me is. Alright, so you have dengue hemorrhagic fever. It's a form of dengue which often causes death. Alright, so listen up carefully. Oh God, my body. Alright, so person with dengue hemorrhagic fever may have all the symptoms of dengue fever. In addition to, you have severe and continuous stomach pain, pale, cold or clammy skin. You have bleeding from the nose, mouth or gum. You have skin bruising. You have frequent vomiting with or without blood. You have difficulty in breathing. You have fainting. Alright, so these complications usually start after the fever goes down. In severe cases, patients go into shock called dengue shock syndrome. Guys, I hope you have learned something today from this session. And whoa, as much notes I have left back. And I just, yeah, yeah. One day, Marcy, I go come for my life. Me and him are going to do one life together. Read this already? What to do? If you feel you have dengue, hemorrhagic fever, go to the nearest hospital, right? Dengue is spread when female, the Aedes mosquito bites an infected person and then bites another person. This mosquito will breed in any container where water is allowed to settle. These containers are often found in and around homes, school, workplace, and other places where people gather. Examples of these containers are flowers, vase, drum, tin, or that, versatile, coconut shell, refrigerator, trough, and plastic bag. So as I said before, so those are some of the places you might find the mosquito, like in your drum, your refrigerator trough, plastic bag, in the leaf, in the flowers pot, in a dish drainer. And it's only the female mosquito can transmit this disease. And it's only if they bite an infected person, then they can pass it on to you. So if a mosquito just biting on, nobody say, oh God, me I got it, me I got it. Me have dengue. No. Nobody call on them something upon you, call on them something on you, right? Don't worry yourself, because what is to be will be. Alright, how to prevent dengue. Stop Aedes mosquito breeding. Look for anything water can settle in. So you must cover it, you can keep it dry, clean it regularly, fill it up with soil and sand, punch hole in it, recycle or dispose of it. So what is saying? So if you have, for instance, a drum, you cover it up. So if it's something where you can add your soil to, like maybe certain container, you can add your soil to it, right? So for your tin, like your sausage tin, your mackerel tin, your sardine tin, and them something there, you make sure you punch hole in it and dispose of it, because as soon as you put it down and rain start fall and it's up, the container turn up, then chances are you will have a mosquito breeding ground. Alright, so avoid being bitten by a mosquito. Use mosquito repellent containing DEET. Use mosquito net. Use mosquito destroyer. Put screen on window and door. I don't know how much I can emphasize on some of the things that you should use, because you see it in your everyday life. People tell it to you. You read it in the papers. You listen to the news, and the list goes on and on. Alright. Only for something in there. Look like me that talk so much. Alright, so take community action. Community members must work together to prevent Aedes style breeding in your community. Alright, so community action. Alright, so for instance, me over here, so I try to prevent the mosquito them. So me bore hole in my tin, me fill up my container them with soil, me turn over me tire them, and me empty me plastic bag and me burn them, while my neighbor him over there so do the opposite. Him eat him sashes tin them and just throw them out the door. Him flowers pan them, he no empty it. And the list goes on and on. So you have some person that try to keep them environment clean, while our next person over there so see how much mosquitoes them can breed. You know, like them are raised mosquitoes over there. So one person can be doing and the next person not doing. So as I said, the community must work together to make sure we get rid of these. Alright. Yeah. Alright, what are the habits of the mosquito that spread dengue? So the Aedes aegypti mosquito rests indoors, in cupboard and other dark places, and outside where it is cool and shady. As I said before, these mosquitoes normally find dark places to hide. So behind a door, behind a curtain, behind the dark clothes them, especially black clothes them up in the ceiling. So you have to find these places, and not all of them are the mosquito that will pass on the dengue, but you never know which one is going to give you the dengue, so you have to try and protect yourself in this time. Alright, where do the Aedes aegypti mosquito breed? So it breed in many containers where water is allowed to settle. These containers may be found in and around homes, including your vase, your barrel, your drum, your tin tires, coconut shell, refrigerator, trough, plastic stove. I say like a million times. So if I'm supposed to ask you this question, I'm sure you know it off at the tip of the head. And I'm almost sure that most of you know these already, but I'm just reinforcing some of the things that you should know. Just a reminder to tell you that this is what you should know. Alright, how can we prevent dengue from spreading? By getting rid of mosquito breeding place, cover water container, put two small fishes like the tick tick into the drum, tank or large storage container. They will eat the wrigglers, right? So they call the larva or whatever the wrigglers. So if you put your fish into these places, then they will eat the mosquito for you. So empty and scrub pet water container at least twice daily. You have some persons that have pets and from them buy some of them feed the animal outside. Some of them might have container where they feed the animal in, and some of them from them buy the container for the animal, them never wash it. Sometimes, no, I'm not really comparing a person lifestyle with the animal, but just like how you want your plate to wash, or when you eat out of your plate and you wash your plate and you turn it over, some of you don't do. It's just like how you have um an animal pan. You say you're supposed to wash out the pan like in a normal somebody. Alright, so you keep house plants in soil instead of water. Alright, that's so like the what are the plant name again? And I'm normally keeping the water. So instead of keep it in water, you can use soil. You can use the soil so as a flower pot dry. So keep surrounding clean and to get rid of container which may hold water. Punch, like me said this like a million times. So six simple strategies to prevent Aedes mosquito breeding in your surroundings. So cover all water storage container tightly. So that is one. So make sure you cover your things then. The next one, keep container dry by storing under a roof, checking and emptying regularly, turning upside down. So if whatever you know set up a breed mosquito, you turn it upside down. Clean, empty and scrub. And that's some of the bathroom, we don't clean out in the bathroom. So sometimes water might cycle depends on the bathroom. Because you have some bathroom they are not so level, and you have some bathroom they're not really. Some bathroom make like this so the water can run off. Some man the bathroom make one way and it cycle water, and some man not scrub in the bathroom. Please may I beg you if you scrub in the bathroom so you can lessen the amount of mosquito breathing. So fill container like flowers vase and tree hole with soil or sand. Punch hole in tin and other container. You see much I say punch hole, empty no dirty something them and whatever. Alright. Recycle dispose, right? Get rid of old tire, plastic container, coconut shell, use can and anything that is you are using that water mosquito. Alright, mosquito can spread disease. Mosquito prevention checklist. So checklist. So these are some of the things. Here's a keep house plants in damp soil. Keep flower pots saucer day and avoid watering pots. Potted plants. So some man water plant and even when you not drown the plant in the still I water the plant guys. And the list goes on. Some can say I'm not gonna say you didn't learn. If you didn't learn anything today, it's up to you guys. Guys, I wanna thank you so much guys for tuning in to my channel, Marty. Sir Marty, Lady Mal. I know you're a hardworking young man, Sir Marty. And you have to work to take care of yourself, to pay your bills, and the list goes on. And I just want to say thank you so much for tuning into my channel most of the time. I really appreciate the strength and the love that you guys show me. It's hard sometimes to it's hard sometimes to express your feelings for someone, because sometimes when you express your feeling to somebody, they take disadvantage of you. Yes, so when you express to somebody how much you love and you care for them, they'll begin to say, "Oh, you're weak," and they have you at your fingertip, right? So we don't want to do that. We just want to spread the love across the nation. So people, I just want to wish you all the best this week, and go out there and conquer. Just take control. Take control of your work area. Empower yourself and empower others, and feed yourself. Eat right. Eat right. Yes, drink right. Yes, and the time is hot. Make sure you carry your water and you carry your juice, and make sure you rejuvenate. Refresh yourself and come back and take on the work, because you got to work now, because you don't know how long you can work for. And save for your future. Make a pension plan, and the list goes on. Guys, take care of yourself and each other until I see you again. I pray that the good Lord. Oh my God. Why Martin make me miss news every Sunday? Guys, Rising Star later. Alright, so we're gonna have 5 contests that leave in Rising Star. I'm not calling nobody name, but Ramon, Annie, what I got their name again? I remember all of them name, but me just think say Ramon and Annie and go. But Rising Star, yeah, I think every one of them talented, and everybody. Yeah, but it's just to show your talent, guys. Take care of yourself and each other. Bye. I love you. See you next time. Saturdays and Sundays are normal of my life. Thank you for everything. Take care of yourself, guys. See you around.